And I would love to hear like that story, Leonard Nimoy. Like I think you saved his life or something
I
like that.
I saved Leonard Nimoy's life.
Excelsior!
One of the stories I definitely wanted to ask you is I believe you had one that you posted about involving you and Leonard Nimoy, who, um, being a Star Trek fan, my dad raised me on the original series, and it's been an actual a good accomplishment of mine that I've got a lot of the signatures from his Star Trek for him. Um, but I again, unfortunately, wasn't able to Leonard Nimoy. But I remember, learning that it was just people. Most people just said it was such a joy to be around Nimoy.
He seemed like a great guy. Yeah.
I would love to. I mean, I remember reading when he was doing voice recording for Atlantis that people would just come into the studio while he's reciting the lore or whatever, and they would just sit and
Right.
listen. And I would love to hear like that story, Leonard Nimoy. Like I think you saved his life or something
I
like that.
I saved Leonard Nimoy's life. Yes. More or less. It was at the first Star Trek convention in New York City in what was it, 73, 74.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there.
Oh, take your time.
I am not an over the top Star Trek fan. I watched the original series. I've
Right.
seen episodes here and there of subsequent series and some of the movies. I've
Mm-hmm.
written the comic books. I've written for the Star Trek franchise in prose, but
Right.
you know, like I have to go and study up on it a little.
Oh yeah.
But anyway, it was 19. I went to the Star Trek convention just because
Mm-hmm.
the big overlap of fandom, and it was a convention in New York. So I went
Right.
to hang out. And while I was there, I was talking to the head of security, uh, and it was fairly early in the day, but it was a comic convention, and
Mm-hmm.
he was quite drunk. And we were just kind of goofing around, and somebody came running in from the lobby. We were in kind of this section off the ballrooms, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and someone came running in from the lobby, one of the staffers, and saw Steve and went he's going nuts. He's going, "Oh my God, Leonard Nimoy is here and he's being mobbed and he's going to get him. You got to do it." So Steve kind of went right, and he looked at me and he went, "Want to take care of that?" And passed out. You know.
Oh my God.
Um, I don't know what possessed me to, because I am not a brave individual, but fuck it, it was Spock.
Yeah.
So, um, so I ran out to the lobby, and indeed there was Leonard Nimoy, surrounded by eager fans. And nobody was, there was nothing nasty going on, but there were a lot of people, and this, one poor man. And so me and a couple of other security, convention guys jumped in and kind of surrounded him. And I took his arm and I said, we were supposed to take him into the ballroom. I said, "Follow me. I'll get you to," So I'm getting battered. I'm getting pushed. My glasses are getting knocked off. And
Mm-hmm.
at some point, and I'm just a wise ass kid from Brooklyn, so uh,
Right.
I just turned to him at some point and go, "Jesus, you're not worth this." And he kind of laughed in delight and said, "I know, but isn't it wonderful?" Uh, and after that, it's like, okay, I must love him, because that's the perfect answer. So anyway,
Absolutely.
we got him to safety, and he got up into the ballroom, and he got him on stage, and he talked, he did whatever. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and flash forward about 30 years,
Right.
I'm at a licensing show at,
Mm-hmm.
the Javits Center in New York City, and
Right.
the New York City licensing show is a massive affair. Every
Okay.
company, movies. This is back in 2000, and I don't know, 3 or 4, whatever it was.
Okay.
Uh, and it was so the movie companies took these massive things. Everybody was there. I mean, I met everybody from Lunette from the Big Comfy Couch to
Mm-hmm.
Art Clopey, who created Gumby, to Bozo. You know,
Wow.
uh,
That's cool.
blanking on his name at the moment, but the guy who had who owned Bozo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, I'm walking by. Me and my friend Charlie Kotzman are walking by the Paramount setup, and there is Leonard Nimoy in front of a backdrop, and he's there to do the Polaroid meet and greet.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, there was a lull and there was nobody online, so I figured, well, great, you know.
Yeah.
It's Spock. I'm gonna go get a picture, and literally, I forgot all about the convention thing until I get to him, and I shake his hand, and it suddenly, you know, dawns on me. Uh, and as we're having the picture taken, I said, you know, this isn't the first time we met. He had no idea who I was, and I said, uh, uh, yeah, it was at the first Star Trek convention in New York City in 1970 whatever, and you were getting mobbed, and I was the guy who got you to the ballroom to safety." And he was
Mhm.
like, "That was you?" And he thanked me again. So,
Oh man,
so
thank by Spock
that's
voice.
my encounter with Spock.
Excelsior!